The story begins and we are told that this is an era of spiritual revival. So all around the world, many people have awakened to supernatural powers, and I am Lushu, one of them. But the battle against alien awakened forces that abuse supernatural powers. Therefore I met an organization named Dragnet that is specifically managing all supernatural phenomenon in the country to protect us. Now, we see Lushu who is fighting with many people, but he is defeating them very easily, so they are trying to attack him from all directions. One of them tries to attack him with his powerful arrows, but Lushu destroys them very easily. He also starts attacking them and defeating them one by one. However, his attack speed is fast and no one is able to match him. One of them gets scared by this and tries to run away from here to save his life. But Lushu comes in front of him in a moment and injures him too. Lushu then comes to him and says that who enter the country without permission will die. Suddenly, the man activates his firepower and gets ready to attack him. But Lushu uses his sword power and kills him easily. In the next scene, we see that he is selling stinky tofu on the street and saying that none of that thing has much to do with him. Just then a man comes to him, because he heard that the stinky tofu here is very good. To which Lushu tells that they are just like first love and asks him how many copies he wants. Then the man decides to order 3 servings, but Lushu says that only 1 is left, and earns some points by his negative emotion. Suddenly, he tells that this is a model not for sale. The man then gets frustrated by this and Lushu gets more points by this trick. In the next scene, the parents of Daeyun class students going for parent-teacher meeting, and only parents of Dojin class can enter the school. However, Lushu has come himself by changing his look, and manages to get entry in the meeting hall. One of them is saying that it is so dangerous in this ruins, as his child almost did not come back. But other man says that his Liu Lai is quite lucky, because not only he was not injured, but he also gained something and handed it over to the school. So, he only wishes he could come back safely. Just then a lady says that there was a student named Lushu, who personally killed 10 cavalrymen in the ruins. But Lushu says that he actually killed 50, not 10. By doing this, he gains some points. The man wants to know which classmate he is from. Just then his teacher comes in and asks why he has come here by himself. Hearing this, everyone gets surprised and he gains so many negative emotions points. Lushu tells his teacher that he is an orphan, so he has to come and listen for himself. Now, the teacher allows him to sit down with other parents. Lushu thinks that the Jiang family already knows what is going to be said at the parent-teacher conference. Just then teacher tells them that what happened in the Baekyu mountain ruins, all parents must already know this, because they did not keep this matter secret. So, he just wants to give everyone some time to think. By hearing this, everyone gets scared. One of them starts saying that we know it was your mistake this time. So, we want assurances that you will never let our children encounter this kind of danger again. Now, other parents also show support for this, to which the teacher says that if they are worried about the danger to their children, they can withdraw. But the students who withdraw will have their skills sealed and never start again forever. Lushu asks him what if they continue to stay. To which the teacher says that the remaining Dojin class students are assigned Dragnet positions. In addition, they will get awarding salary and allowances. Hearing this, everyone starts talking to each other. Lushu thinks that in addition to selling stinky tofu there is another income, because he can get a salary in high school. Also, if he stays, he will be part of the Dragnet. Therefore, Lushu has decided to stay, and asks if there are any procedure required. Now, everyone starts looking at him. The teacher then tells them that their children entered the Dojin class because they have the qualifications to practice. Therefore they should train them so that they can be with them to defend homeland. By hearing this, everyone has decided that their children will also stay. After this, Lushu comes to home and thinks to do the lottery. He activates his lottery system and uses negative emotions points for this, but he gets stinky tofu. He tries again many times, but unlucky, he doesn't get any special item from it. However, he keeps spending his negative emotions points and finally manages to get the kihai fruit. As soon as Lushu swallows it, a lot of spiritual powers starts gathering in his body. However, he does not feel any actual changes in his body, so he is wondering what kihai fruit is used for. He then decides to get another kihai fruit. After some time, he comes to his sister Zio. She is eating potato chips and also sharing it with her squirrel. Before going outside, Lushu asks her if there is anything she wants to eat. To which Zio says pancakes, fruit, noodles, tomatoes and eggs. But these items are not available in his system, and he leaves from here. Now, he comes to an old man who is his neighbor. He tells him that he thought he would not come out of the ruins. But Lushu has understood that the old man is waiting for him here on purpose and wants to see his character. He then tells him that if it were not for the previous practice, he would be at a disadvantage this time in the ruins. The old man inquires if he has decided to join Guanliu Diwang, to which Lushu says yes. Now, the old man asks what he is planning to do, but Lushu ignores and asks, before the spiritual energy is revived, who is the Foundation fighting. Then the old man tells him Foundation to safeguard the interests of humanity, and world peace is the purpose. But Lushu doubts and gains some negative emotions by doing it. He then says that he was thinking that defending world peace is something, and he even cannot fight him. The old man takes the sword, and says that if everyone were like you, they would settle for their own destiny, which is naturally good, but some people have gained power and become lawless. So, the Foundation is necessary to maintain the balance between strength and weakness. However, the old man decides to continue practicing swordsmanship. He tells that ordinary practice transforms the body with spiritual energy, but we use will, its spirit. The first breakthrough is to invigorate the sea and snow mountains with your spirit. The clouds outside the Sea of Kai are the Kai of the mind, and it is also sword energy. So, the sword energy is enough to break open the Sea of Energy and snowy mountains, which means that the sword fetus is ready, and it can be all things for sword. Now, Lushu comes back in the present moment. The old man says that the more energy accumulated before opening Kihai, future achievements will be broader. Also, he advises him to accumulate it slowly. Now, Lushu has realized that this is the purpose of the Kihai fruit, and he has eaten 2 Kihai fruits to accumulate a little bit. He then asks him when he will be able to practice Kihai, to which the old man tells him that he is still early. So, practice is more important than saying. Also, he advises him to shout open every time a sword is Dirwan. Now, Lushu does this same, and cut a leaf in half, to which he wonders if he is able to break through. But the old man gets inside his house, and is frustrated. Next day, Lushu's classmate Jiang comes to his home. He notices some posters and asks if this is posted by his sister, and where she is. To which Lushu says that she has not gotten up yet. Jiang talks to Lushu and asks why he does not have a good relationship with everyone. And what if there is an emergency and he needs his help? But Lushu says that he can survive on his own, so he does not need any help from others. To which Jiang says that joining the Dragnet means that everyone is a collective to support each other. Then Lushu says that he does not need block selection, because the only way to change his destiny is through practice, so he can only continue to follow the Dragnet. Just then Jiang asks if he has never begged anyone in his life. But Lushu says that he really has something to ask him for, and asks if he can give him 3 drops of his blood. To which Lushu agrees without asking about it, because he already knows that Lushu will not tell him. Lushu then takes out a test tube for it. After some time, Jiang is ready to leave from here, but seeing him, his neighbor old lady thinks that he is his girlfriend. Then Lushu clears that he is a man and gains some negative emotions. Meanwhile, Zio wakes up and Lushu says that there is a good news for her. But when he tells her that she can go to school now, she gets angry as she doesn't want to go to school. Lushu then says that now we have money to buy a house and settle the household registration. So if she does not go to school, there will be no noodles, no pancakes and fruits. After that Zio agrees. However, she wants to eat these to go to school. But Lushu uses his chef power and serves her all the items. Now, Zio gets angry at him because he said that what he awakened was not the chef power. Also, she wonders why life is so hard. Just then she catches her squirrel sharing apple with some mouse, and she says that they are dirty, so she is not allowed to play with them in the future. But Lushu tells her to change her clothes quickly, as he has to take her to treat their principal to dinner tonight, so that he can look after her more at school. After some time they meet the principal at the dinner. At night, the old man asks him why he did not tell him when he sent Zio to school. Also, he tells him that Yer went to see Zio at night and gave her a test tube with blood. Hearing this, Lushu tries to hide the truth, but the old man knows it and tells him to tell the truth, because Dojinman can use the method of testing blood to judge students' spiritual qualifications. He and Zio are extremely qualified, but Lushu is afraid that he might get into trouble if he draw too much. So, he is guessing that he wants to use his classmate Jiang's blood middle through. Also, he has been his neighbor for so many years, and this is the first time he has seen him inviting classmates to his home. Therefore, it turned out to be for this. He then reveals that Dragnet established a DNA library. So, Jiang's has been put into the library a long time ago. And when the time comes, they will check and his secret will be revealed. Now, Lushu gets troubled by knowing this. The old man tells that Zio casually placed the test tube in his office. So, if he wants to change it, he can go. After that, Lushu wakes up Zio. But when she knows that Lushu has woken up her early in the morning, she gets angry at him. But Lushu then tells her to stop all this and release that energy body she has trapped. Now, Zio takes out Energy Body, who is laughing continuously. Lushu says that this soul bead is the soul that the ruler killed in the ruins. He then tells Zio to control that soul, so that he can go to office and replace her original one. Now, the soul starts running towards the office, and Lushu is keeping an eye on him. After some minutes, the soul arrives to the office building, but there are surveillance cameras all around the wall. So, he tells him to find a blind spot to get in. Zio controls the soul and reaches the office area easily. Then Soul gets into the principal office and replaces the test tube. But as he tries to leave from here, a security guard finds about him and points the gun. Seeing him, the security guard says that you are the awakened one. Just then, the security guard is going to inform about it. So, Lushu tells the soul to knock out him and he does the same. However, the security team has found about it, and the other security guards are coming here. The soul tries to hide himself in the office, but they find him. So, he beats one of them and tries to run away from here. But a bullet has hit him and Lushu is worried about Zio. Like this video and let me know in the comments if you want next episode too.